Alright, guys, I'm back on the scene doing reads. I'll just be posting like longer reads. And if you guys are interested or appreciate how I do reading or the message or how it's delivered, then I encourage you to, like, subscribe, and leave a comment that you would like to, if you are interested in getting a read, that you would like to get my contact information so that we can have that. Um, I do these readings by phone now, and I send a picture of the reading afterwards. I used to do them on video, but it became problematic and a little bit not so safe for me. So I'm just protecting myself, as all of us should. But yeah, I'm also going to have a phone number that is specifically for reads. So, you know, like a simple app or something to get a phone number. I don't need the interference or personal issues from the work I do. So let's just jump right into it, okay? So I use a mix of many different cards. I will use playing cards, like actual games, like that involve cards, which is the first one I'm gonna start out with. I also use regular playing cards, like the deck of cards that everybody realizes to play poker and stuff. It's called cartomancy when you read those. And then I also use Oracle and Tarot. If you get a reading with me, you have the options to use all or some of any of those kinds of cards. Pardon me, my voice is gone. I've been sick for quite some time. But yeah, some people are not into tarot, and I totally understand that. And some people would prefer like angel messages. I also have angel cards. It's a little limited when you don't use tarot, but it's still doable. And I also don't I don't do any of the things that people ask for, like spells or whatever, any of things along those lines. I don't do magic. I am an oracle reader. This is just a natural psychic talent, and I use the cards to help translate the message easier. I also tap into mediumship sometimes because, like that movie said, I see dead people. But I only include it when it feels necessary or when it's called upon for in the readings. Like, I'm not going to sit here and do a seance or anything like that. So I'm not into that. I do worship God and I do pray. Um, and I am welcome to anybody who practices any religion of any kind, as long as you don't ask me things like, am I pregnant, or medical questions like that. I can see some things in the cards sometimes, like, oh, your health is good, or maybe you're going to struggle a little, maybe take care of this, or a suggestion. But I'm never going to diagnose you. So, yeah. I don't have the credentials for that, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend I do. So, we'll jump into it. We're going to start with this deck of cards that is called, oh, it's actually a playing card game from the 80s, and it has a secondary deck with it, but I'm just going to utilize these because they have one word on them, and I'm going to put a card inside the middle to clarify it. So, let's see what we get. All right. Comic, okay. So, what's so funny? That's what I'm hearing is what's so funny. Oh my. Dream. Oh, I'm hearing somebody may have laughed at you for a dream you had. Maybe that if you've ever felt discouraged from somebody like scoffing at or laughing at your dream, look at this fail. They think it's funny because they think you're gonna fail at it type of energy. So I will cover multitudes of scenarios or situations. It's different for everybody, and only take what resonates. Again, these cards could mean multiple different things depending on who you are. And getting a personal reading with me would be it's easier to target you and your specific needs and want to know type thing. This is a general reading, so again, take what resonates, okay? Something about home. Okay, so let's get some more. I'm hearing they think that maybe you're not capable or you're not going to do it and you're going to fail and end up staying home type of energy. Or maybe, some people um, may have negative thoughts of hoping that you lose things such as a home, which is terrible, and I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Nine of Pentacles over comic. That's funny I said that. So yeah, somebody who it's giving that somebody laughed at your misery or your failures or your shortcomings. But you ended up being abundant and fruitful, and you're okay. You're all good. It's all gravy. You feel me? Even if you haven't achieved all the dreams you want, you're still good. You're in a good place. So somebody to laugh at you is crazy because I think you're gonna have the last laugh type of energy. Yeah, look at this. Oh my god, yo, the star coming out to clarify dream. That is so epic because yes, it is about you putting your focus on your dreams and what it is that matters to you. You are the star. Follow your north star is what I'm hearing. And also it's referring to like following your north node, which is your highest self, like what your soul wants to do and accomplish in this world, not just what your human walk is maybe requiring or expecting you to do, okay? Then we have judgment over the top of fail. I swear to I cannot make this up. Okay, this is also the Wild Reflections Tarot, by the way. Judgment over fail. Somebody judged you incorrectly and assumed that you were going to fail. Okay? Yeah, look. Oh my God. Shut up. Oh my God. So the lost home part comes in. Four of Swords and home. It's not you losing the home. It's somebody. Home is where the heart is, right? And they lost your heart. It's like somebody has a missed opportunity and is regretting losing out on the heart and the home that they had with you. I know that's right. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Man, I miss doing reads. Like, general reads. I've been doing personal ones, but not general. We're going to clarify this with the Synchronicity Oracle deck, okay? So we got wildness. Wow, over comic and Nine of Pentacles. This is giving that somebody thought you were too wild to accomplish anything. Maybe you lived a different life and lifestyle, and I can entirely relate. The way you lived before is not how you live now. Like for some people had kids and changed up their whole, you feel me? That's a beautiful thing. So they thought you came from the wilderness, and when people laughed at you thinking that you couldn't never get it together, well, lo and behold, you did. And, bless you for doing so. More power to you. Ooh, we got spring coming out. Okay, so not only is this like spring itself is significant when you should expect to either chase that dream or see that door is open for you to chase it. Things start to bloom if you put your best foot forward. Like for me, example, I'm putting up readings again so that hopefully I can get a more variety in my clientele. So, and I also want to just help more people. But it's also springing into action towards the dream. That star energy needs to take that spring forward step, okay? Take that leap of faith because it will bloom and it will blossom. That's too many. There we go. I know you lying. Look at this. Look. Fail and judgment. At the time, you just weren't ready, as it says at the bottom. You had to be ready, okay? Things had to happen. You had to go through some stuff for you to get ready to take this step in a new direction, which you did, right? And I like how there's one white flower right next to them, and that white flower represents hope. There is a hope, right? Maybe you even had to muster up an inkling of hope and willpower to do so, right? I know I did personally. So with this being said, it's like, also don't judge yourself either on your failures and anything you might have not done. You did what you had to do when you were ready. You made the changes. It's like, you're human, okay? Ooh, I know. Ooh-wee. 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 Okay. This is where it gets interesting. We have faith. Okay? Faith is what got you through it and allowed this transformation to happen. Blind faith, right? Blind faith in what you didn't know if it was going to work out or not. And again, with the single white flower, that faith and hope carried you. Okay? But on the other hand, because of where it landed on the top of home and the Four of Swords, This is indicating that somebody wants you to have blind faith in them, take a chance on them again. Maybe you've given them multiple chances. Maybe you've tried and tried and tried again. And every time, not only did it not work, did they not change, but it also brought you down further. Okay? So don't have blind faith in people. Have blind faith in yourself and whatever it is that you believe in, whether it be God or whoever, okay? I know that's right. That's the most direct. Wow. Look at this on the bottom. This one stood out to me. Look at this. Smile, smile more, even more. Over the top of comic, wildness, and Nine of Pentacles. This is like, oh, this is funny because there was a time where things were so hard where you couldn't even smile. And little by little, as you took these leaps of faith and started stepping in the right directions towards, and what I mean by in the right direction is stepping towards what your highest self wanted and felt was right for you, instead of self-serving other people so much you don't even consider yourself, or, trying to make others happy, people pleasing, things like that. Or just staying stagnant in the same mindset that things, you can't go nowhere else, like opening your mind to opportunities. So now, not only do you get the last laugh, but you're the one truly smiling from within. So the smiles that were evilly laughing at you are no longer, I dare to declare my love. So although this is like the wedding ring in hand, I'm seeing a promise ring, okay? I'm seeing a promise ring. Yeah. I see a promise ring, like you're making a promise to yourself to take a step towards what you believe in, what you dream about, what you want to achieve, who you want to be, how you want to exist in this world, and what you want to put into the world. Stop repeating the same thing again. Dear goodness. Okay. Now, mind you, for the next reading, I'll have to flip the camera. I forgot about that this time. But this reading is so good, I don't want to delete it and start over. Because you can't make this happen. This is just naturally coming out as it is. So stop repeating the same thing again over the top of ready, judgment, and fail. It's like, don't be scared of failure. Don't judge yourself so hard. And the people that judged you and thought you would fail, right? Now you're ready and you're in a position to go in whatever direction feels right for you because you stopped repeating the same things that did not work for you over and over again. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. Right? You have to change up the variables. You have to change up your mindset. You have to do different actions. You have to drop some people and actions in your life. And you did that. And if you haven't done it yet, you're ready to. Okay? This is definitely your sign. Another interesting thing to me is that the people that judged you and thought you would fail, right? They have not stopped repeating the same thing. If I'm correct, those people are still either in the same relationships that are messed up. They're either doing the same actions that are harmful. They're doing the same thing, thinking the same way, maybe in the same place as well. Whereas you either shifted your mindset, moved your location, changed your people around you, changed your mind and decided to believe that things could be better and they could be the way you want them to be, taking the reins. So, man, this is deep. Home, Four of Swords, and faith. Okay, let's clarify that. It's not the end, only the beginning. And this is perfect because realizing that sometimes for some people, this person trying to, or wanting to, per se, wanting to come back and wanting you to have blind faith in them, right? It's like some people need to realize that just because it's an ending, right, doesn't mean there's no beginning. With every ending comes a new beginning. So when you close that door, another one opens, okay? So if you have trouble sometimes allowing people back in that don't deserve it, or going sometimes backwards in a direction you don't necessarily want to, but your heart is crying for it, this is where you remember that you have to have blind faith in what is for you and what God has for you, or whatever you believe in. Have blind faith in yourself, but do not have blind faith in others and whatever narrative they try to sell you, okay? It's giving scammer energy. It's giving somebody that has not changed patterns wanting to inject themselves back into your life and repeat the cycle because they're stuck in a loop. They want you stuck in it with them because misery loves company, okay? Yes, I love that. And on the bottom, I just thought it would be funny to point out that we have, I deserve abundance. Okay? I deserve abundance. And you do. You absolutely do. You deserve the best. Okay? And you should never settle for less. And if somebody ain't did it yet, they ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? Don't fall for no false promises now. You didn't came past that. Stay past it, okay? I think that's beautiful. Let's pull a couple of oracle cards and close it out. I'm going to use the Points of View Oracle. Yeah, this is a good one. Ooh, we got the Destroyer. I know you lying. Over the top of comic and wildness. So it's like, again, people were laughing at you because they thought your life was just destroyed. There's no way to salvage that. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that they intended to, whoever was in your life that was no good for you, I'm sure that they intended to sabotage and make it so that you couldn't. You know, when people want you to stay with them, they have to keep you lower vibration like they are. If these are people that want to keep you in their energy and they're low vibrational, they have to lower your vibration and destroy you. Look at this. See through just came out. I picked it up off the floor. See through. So it's like, not only is it's important to look internally. So you need to examine what, not your heart as in your emotions want, but what your soul wants, like the depths of you, okay? You need to look past all of the expectations or the limitations or the pessimism, any of that. Look through it all. See through whatever blockages or roadblocks you think there are, because you are able to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. You just need to keep hold of the reins, okay? Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Blank stare. This is crazy. Coming out over judgment, fail, ready, and stop repeating the same thing again. A blank stare. This is what I'm seeing, like people that maybe didn't want the best for you or are mad that you know, bettered your life and left them behind. It's like they're giving a blank stare, confused entirely because the judgment they passed on you and called you a failure, or maybe the things that you experienced or the things you didn't succeed at, they just did not ever think that you could do it. You would never be ready for what, you know, a better life. You would never step out of that mindset that had held you back for so long, allowing others to manipulate you or make you feel some type of way or make you react. Those are times when you were weak. You're not that person anymore. And if you're still struggling with that, you're going into a different phase where you are no longer going to be struggling with your own inner voice and listening to it. Okay, that blank stare is crazy. And it's also just giving me the idea, like, for anybody that thinks that you're going to go back to repeating the same thing and feeling that same way, it's like your response is like a blank stare. Like, why would I want to be miserable again when I know what it's like to not be miserable anymore? When I know what it's like to be free, why would I want to get back? Why would the caged bird want to get back in the cage after it's been freed? Please make that make sense. You know? Period. Period. This is, yep. Rest. So not only should you rest your weary mind, but this is giving that somebody wants or misses or is regretful of the home and the love that they lost with you, right? And they just wish that they could rest on your chest again, like rest in your soul, rest in your abundance. They want to rest in your hard work. You know, they definitely want to enjoy the harvest that you worked for by yourself, that with them it could have never occurred. Okay, so stay strong, okay, and stay faithful in yourself, because you can do it. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can. I came from the streets, okay? Just a little nutshell. Most of my life was in the streets. Like the streets, not, oh, I'm outside. No, on concrete behind dumpsters. Like, I came from parents that were users and abusers, you know? So something about in August is very important as well. I don't know if this is somebody's birthday, the anniversary of somebody passing. But something about, of course, butterflies is important. Maybe even the color orange, the sunset, or an orange flower. These are all little physical signs that heaven tries to give to us. Just to, like, for me, this is really resonating because for me, I see a yellow tiger striped, what is it called? Tiger swallowtail butterfly or something like that. Every time I see that yellow and black butterfly, I know that it's my grandmother's spirit watching over me and telling me you're in the right place, doing the right thing. Don't worry, just stay on track, okay? This is what that is. If you see signs and symbols, and again, if you get a personal reading, I can dive into your past lives. We can dive into your dreams you may be having and break them down and get to understanding what your subconscious is trying to relay to you. And also signs from heaven, whether it be mediumship, letting a loved one put in a simple message towards you to encourage you, or signs and symbols and synchronicities that are basically exactly that. Your loved ones, your ancestors, God, whoever, trying to give you a nod of encouragement and it's almost like putting their hand on your shoulder and letting you know you're not alone and that they are here even if they're not, okay? Yeah, I would definitely recommend if you want to get into your own personal life, definitely book a reading. I have cheaper reads, I have longer reads that are more, but I keep them in a price range that is not absurd, okay? I've seen a lot of readers that have absurd prices, and I'm not knocking them, do whatever it is that you feel right doing. But yeah, I definitely just want you guys to stay encouraged. And again, be careful watching too many reads or going to too many readers because you're not allowing your own intuition to speak to you. You're not hearing yourself out. It's like ignoring yourself to let somebody else tell you about you better, and that doesn't make any sense. Now, it's okay to get confirmation from readers or from a read. That's fine. But when you are constantly, it's the same with AI. If you're constantly going to an AI to have it think for you, it's just unhealthy, okay? So really listen to your inner self. Again, see through. Listen to your heart. Not your emotions, your heart. Your soul, okay? All right.